All right, welcome back to week 3 of Mastering Money Management with Urban Forex. Now, in this video, I wanted to emphasize that you have to plan ahead before getting into trades. Okay, in terms of money management, we talked about this for the last pretty much 3 weeks now, right? Where we're just discussing it is not the opportunity that's in front of you, it is what can the opportunity do for you. Okay, which means you have a minimum criteria that you need to have met, and then you can say, good, I'm happy with this. If it doesn't meet your minimum requirements, then that opportunity is not for you. Okay, that is the core of money management. It is the absolute core, which means before you even get into this trade, you must understand this core. That you're not just looking to take anything and everything for the sake of, I gotta make some money. You have to look at it like, I need to make money, period. Okay? There's a difference between those two sentences. And the way to say I need to make money, period, comes with, I need to make sure that I vet everything that comes my way. Okay? Vet means I need to do the background check on it. Anything that comes my way. I cannot just accept anything. Imagine you're a boss of a company, right? Sometimes you have applications coming your way that is absolutely fantastic, and you're like, I want to hire this person, okay? But I want to be careful that in case the person is dangerous, okay? I want to be careful with that. But sometimes an opportunity comes your way, and someone says, hey man, I really like your work. I'm gonna work for free for you. All the things look rosy as an opportunity, but you might look at that and be like, according to what you need, this person has no background experience, he has no skills, and there seems to be a little problem with integrity. Okay? When you look at these 3 factors, you're like, although it is an opportunity, I don't think it is in your best interest to take that person on board. Does that make sense? So you can use this analogy in any ways, but in terms of money, you have to deal with it in the same prospect. When you're dealing with an opportunity coming your way, do the background check. Make sure this is an opportunity that is a higher chance, a very, very high chance to make you money. And the way to do that is don't guess. Get your number and get your minimum requirement. You need your minimum requirement. So let's take a look at this example here. Okay, we're going to talk about both the aggressive trader and conservative trader. Now, if you are an aggressive trader or if you are a conservative trader, it doesn't mean you're going to stay that way. It means you're looking for balance for what you are, okay, or what you're doing. Okay, if you're aggressive, it doesn't mean you're stuck with it and that's horrible. I can't wait to be more patient. If you're conservative, you can't be like, oh my God, look at all these aggressive traders making so much money and I'm always standing on the sideline because I'm afraid to take the trade. Doesn't mean you're a bad trader also. Okay, that's what I had to build a whole course called What Type of Trader Are You at Urban Forex to basically pinpoint these things that you need to tap into who you are at the current state. Once you tap into who you are at the current state, there is ways for you to tap into your current reality, basically. And you have to exploit that to your to the best of your ability for your benefit. Okay? You can't look to keep changing who you are because that's a longer process, and in fact, it might not even be healthy because then you're looking down on yourself all the time. And that's definitely not healthy, even outside money, right? So you want to build confidence in yourself by accepting who you are and working with it. Okay, so in this particular case, we're looking at the same thing, USD Swiss franc, 60-minute charts. The markets are pulling back after inside an uptrend, right? Markets are going up. And the pullback starts comes in very, very hot. Aggressive traders are like, oh, no, thank you. I'm not buying that now. I know for sure, but finally we're getting a pullback. I'm interested in that pullback. Pullback goes up a little bit, comes down, struggles, comes down, struggles, comes down, candle up there. Okay, struggles, comes down again. Green candle, green candle, green candle. That's it. That's it. I gotta buy it now. It's now or never. Okay, so aggressive traders are now starting to activate. Okay, especially after this candle happened. Because that candle, even though it closed red, at one point it was green all the way up until here. That's gonna make aggressive traders activate. Okay? They're gonna get activated, they're gonna get excited, they're gonna think it's now or never. I have to do this, otherwise no red Ferrari in the garage. Or blue or yellow, depending on what color you like. Right? So when you're looking at the situation, you're activating trades somewhere around this price as an aggressive trader. Now what you're looking at is, okay, what do I do with my ATR? My ATR at this moment, on the bottom left, take a close look at this number when I put my mouse here in these areas, is 14. Is 14. Okay, so if my ATR is 14, there's my entry. Okay, 14, 2 times 14 is 28, right? So I'm looking at 28 pips of profit and approximately 28 pips of stop loss. Remember, aggressive traders need a wider stop loss because they're entering too early. Okay, so 28 pips, 28, 28, 28. Here we go. What is this price here? Okay, here's 28. Okay, seems like it's this resistance over here, right there. Okay, makes sense. Okay, right there. Okay, makes sense. Let's line it up a little bit here. We can lower it a pip. There. Okay, now our stop loss, same thing, 28. 28. Okay, it's below all the resistance and all the supports anyways. But remember, we can't do a 1:1. We need to give it some buffer of a few pips. So if there is a buffer of a few pips, so let's say 2 pips more. Okay, so let's say 29 right there. Okay, that means if this price needs, your take profit needs to be like that now, because that is where you're headed towards. That means you need a minimum price of 78. So you're very close to where you're getting excited to where the trade should be getting ready towards. So how do you do this? Now you might be thinking, yeah, but didn't I already get in the trade? The thing is, you're not supposed to get in the trade. I want you to monitor at what point are you feeling like, I gotta get ready. Look, the first one, definitely no one is gonna buy. No one's gonna buy that first one because that's just insane. No one's gonna buy that one, okay? Because that's location trading, right? We don't do location trading as it's not a consistent way of trading, okay? Whether it's supply and demand, support resistance, Fibonacci, etc., etc. It is not a way to make a living from where you can scale massively and make a very nice living off of it. You cannot do it with location trading. You can only do it by reading the pure market, okay? So in this case, when the markets are coming down heavily and then it bounces off a little bit, comes down, but you see all this stubbornness coming in. It is at this point in the stubbornness where you're feeling like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Get your number ready. Do your calculations, okay, in terms of your risk. But first, to do your risk, you need to find out what is your ATR. At this stage, it's saying 13. You plot your take profit and you're like, my take profit is going to be somewhere around this area. That means my stop loss is going to be somewhere around that area. And now you know I need a minimum of this price of 78. Okay, 78 or 79. I need that minimum. If I can get it a little bit lower, fantastic. Fantastic. Now you wait for the rollover to officially happen and you're like, get me that price or lower. Get me that price or lower. And when you do that price, you are now actually controlling your aggressiveness a little bit while giving yourself the opportunity to actually make a decent profit from this trade. Remember, you cannot go for a 1 ATR for your stop loss by putting it lower or tighter because of the nature of aggression that you have. Accept it. That's perfectly fine because doing it this way, your stops are going to be, they're not going to be hit as often. We'll go into the later chapters as your trade goes into profit and you move your stop losses a little bit lower. You close your stop losses and you reduce it. All the techniques that I'm going to teach you, it's going to actually end up feeling like you're not trading a 1:1, you're trading a 2 or 3:1. And I'm going to show you exactly step-by-steps on how to do that. But the first thing is activate safety and make sure the opportunity fits your X-ray. Okay, it needs to fit your money management X-ray. Okay, so that's the aggressive trader. What about the conservative trader? Okay, what about the conservative trader? Okay, so let's go into the mind of the conservative trader. Okay, he understands, he or she understands it's buyer's market. Two big red candles come in. They're like, oh my God, right? All the emoji icons that you can think of with these big eyeballs is what's going on through the aggressive trader's mind. Like, what? How am I going to even trade that? If you are still around and watching for this thing to roll over, then these are the two ways that he or she might take the trade. But most likely when they see this, they run away. Okay? They run away. They're like, oh my God, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's not a buy anymore. But if they're still hanging around, they see the slowdown happen here. And then they see this turnaround happen here, which makes them think, yeah, but look at that. It's so strong. Yeah, but look at that. Compare it to that. Look how the up move is so slow compared to that down move. This is holding. It's holding. It's holding. They don't trust it. Because they're like, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Compare it to that. So if I compare anything to anything, they'll look for reasons to justify it's not ready yet. So the only way a conservative trader is getting into this particular trade is after some sort of activation of, I can see it's come up exactly 100%, right? It's like it's trying to go down, but it jumped up exactly the same amount and it's holding at a higher low. But I don't trust it still. But the moment he breaks this high, now the reality sets in. They're like, oh, okay, I guess it is a buy. But you cannot do that buy right here. That's too dangerous. That's too dangerous. Even though a conservative trader generally waits for that additional confirmation, like show me the way, show me the way, show me the way, and then I will do it. But that's too late to enter. What you need to now figure out is at this point, what is the ATR? The ATR at this point is 11. Okay, so 2 ATR puts you at 22. 2 times the ATR, right? It's at 22. So if your entry is here, your take profit is 22, I'll just write around there. You're looking at this area. That seems to be far-fetched still, right? Okay, because we did the line earlier and we said the line is around here. That seems to be resistance. Everything here seems to be just poking out, poking back in. So our take profit needs to be there. Okay. That part we understood. What about the stop loss? Stop loss, we go for 1 ATR for conservative traders because they wait so long for it that there is no need for them to keep a wide stop loss. There's absolutely no need. So if the ATR at this point was 11, we're going to put the stop loss down to 11 and there it is right there. But now you can see 11 is right at the tip of this. So we can't take that price either. We need to go down lower so we can put our entry below it. Okay, which is like that. We have to have our stop loss below that support area. Now that we put it below that support area, the market bounces back in this area and that's when your trade can trigger at that point. You can use limit orders because it's safer for conservative traders to use limit entry orders to avoid getting emotionally attached or dragged in when that big red candle might be coming down at that stage. Okay, because that can be intimidating. Okay, again, these trades that happen after the fact the trade is moving, they're a 50-50 case. They're a 50-50 case. Okay, so you can see that using the ATRs, you're always thereabouts from your support and resistance areas, okay? But we also saw in the other situation, which was, I believe it was here, that the ATR, if you do a sell in this area, your ATR doesn't take you all the way down to your recent low, which would be down here. It takes you somewhere here. When you do a sell from here, it takes you somewhere there, right? Thereabouts. So it's good to see the ATR to find out what kind of expectations do you have, and is your expectations rooted in reality on what the market is actually doing, right? Because hoping that every trade that you take ends up being a nice big green candle like this is false hope. It's false hope, right? It doesn't necessarily have to do that. It doesn't have to do those big moves. You have to find out what moves are available, what can you do, and more importantly, what can you repeat? Okay, that is the goal of this course, is what can you do frequently, successfully, and repeatedly? Because it is only then you can say, okay, it is time to go bigger. Do it again, repeat those 3 things successfully, repeatedly, regular. I'm losing my words. Successfully, repeatedly, regularly, and safely, right? And then increase size again. Increase size again. This helps you to scale because now you truly believe in what you're doing. You're doing it well. Your account balance shows it back to you, and you have now the ability to actually add in more positions or more lot sizes to actually scale the trade. Okay, without these 3 aspects, you're stuck as a retail trader for the longest time, right? A retail trader is learning and adjusting. Okay, and that's fine. You have to go through that. Remember that cell phone analogy that you have to fine tune it. That's okay. But there's only so long you can fine tune, right? You can't fine tune for 30 years and still be lost. You have to fine tune, but you have to understand what is your bottom line. Why are you fine tuning this? What happens once you get the reception? What happens when you get the 4 or 5 bars? What call will you make? I'll see you guys next week.